Hello again, everybody. Thetymix here, back with more of Let's Play Frostpunk here in New London, the A New Home campaign, hard difficulty Path of Faith, and it's day 36. We've got scouts coming in with more people, bunch of resources, and we've got an outpost team almost on site. It's going to stay as mild as it's going to get, apparently, for another day, so we should be able to gather a bunch more resources. That's at least going to be the goal. Meanwhile, discontent is still fine, doesn't exist basically, but hope is only at halfway, even after having gone all in on our ceremonial stuff at the temple and the house prayer. So let's get moving a little bit forward. We've got new housing districts springing up out here. See what the day has for us. Infirmary is packed full, but I have invested in extra food rations for them, and everybody's worried about surviving the Great Frost. I would be too, but we're doing okay at least for now. Okay, there we go. Our outpost team is ready. Build your outpost at Winterhome, and see instantly the dispatch happens. And then we've got another group of scouts. Okay, we can disband them at the beacon or send them back out into the Frostland. Obviously, we're going to send them back out. We're up to 9 homeless, though. Well, then let's take care of that problem. And, you know, it really would be good to have an extra house, not just the minimum that we'll need. So I'll throw a couple up here. They're hungry, but we're going to handle that easily. Let's take a look at our scouting situation. So we're headed here and here, and I think I want to send this group just sort of out in the middle of all this. Send them to the ice crevasse for now. And I just want to get them out here. You know, I may want them to move up this way. I may want them to go down this way. This is sort of a middling position, although actually, no, not there. Why don't you head a little bit more north, towards Camp Vulcan. And of course, the nice thing about sending them out towards a place we've already explored is we get the faster travel because they're already going to somewhere they've already been, so I think it's like double speed or whatever. Okay. Which I think is actually too high of a bonus. I think it should be a significant bonus, but like maybe, you know, 30% or something. But that's just me. I understand why they did it that way. There we go. Double rations for the sick. First time I've used that modifier. Building the houses. And, yeah. I think we're ready to move forward now until it's time to be through with the overnight. Here comes a bunch of food in. Ooh, cut that a little close. Let's slow that down a bit, pause it up, and let's get working. 2 hunting groups still out there, but otherwise we're pretty much set.
Be with us as we labor today.
Whoops. I pulled everybody out and did not get the sawmill work crews going because reasons, apparently. If we were having any type of problem with wood supply, that would be pretty bad, and I feel a little bit dumb for doing it regardless. Let's see, let's check on them. Not quite in yet. Okay, so right now we just want to finish this building, and I also want to get all of the research in to speed up our scouts. Rolling on that. And now what do we have going on up here? Oh, another tip for some supplies. Okay, I'm not gonna refuse that. And we've got everybody housed now. One more being built. As we work on getting everybody to work, which is going to take some time. Let's check in on our hunters again. They should be finished. They are. There we go. Oh, we have a hyper efficient achievement, and I'm not actually sure which one that is. Report back on that in the next episode, but that's cool. Weird that I got that, but I will take it. Now we're starting to see the sick trickle down. And they're boosted scout sleds. So now let's take a look at our times. This group, they got 6 hours, and they're going to get there faster than anybody else is going to get to where they're going. Well, you know, I think I'm going to wait till they're mostly there and then decide where we route them to. So if they're going to get there first, they're probably better off coming down here to the Deep Hollow. So I'm going to get them a little bit closer to this just to take advantage of the speed boost and then head there. And this group, you know what? This I should have been doing. So shame on me for not doing it. But if I bunch them up to the crash site, they'll make this part of the journey faster. And then yeah, I should have been doing that more. Just using those intermediate spots to get the right direction further and then go the rest of the way. So we'll work on that. Of course, we need to not forget to do our new research. And with it getting colder tomorrow, we can boost the steam here, or we can go another route. We can go like with the new coal mines and whatnot. But I think it's better overall. Like, we're eventually going to want to get more insulated houses. But I think it's better overall to go for the steam coal mine, because not only it is going to produce more than twice. This is 204, 510, so it's 2.5 times the amount. But also, the other thing it'll do is we can operate them when it's colder. So therefore, I can have human workers in there more often without spending like extra money, extra resources to heat it up more. So I think I still want to go with that next. Okay, let's try to get everybody to work here if we can. Stop at about there. You know what? Let's keep going another hour. Almost done with the food production in the cookhouse. But yeah, they're about there. You're not going to gain that much more from that little jog. So 10 hours out here, while these others keep on rolling. And let's get that last little bit for those scouts that are on their way to the Jagged Rocks to get to their destination. There we go. And then they can move on. Another 10 hours there. So it looks like everybody is going to arrive in about 10 hours. Okay. And that'll be about midnight. We're going to have a whole bunch of scouting going on, along with our first group of transports there with the wood. Okay, so now we've got... I want to drop out one infirmary. And same deal here, just trying to save the coal whenever I can. We've got everybody up. So what do we want to build? I mean, I've got... You know, do I want any more... I know there's another group of survivors, and I don't have that much housing here. I don't know how much more I'm going to need, but I've only got like one extra house. You know, let's wait and find out how many before we do anything with that. I don't think I'm going to want this field kitchen here at all, so we can take that down. I could do some other moving around, and I don't think I need any more depots. I don't really need to do this yet, but I'm just going to get it in place. So looking ahead, if you look at the workhouses, like there's one here and one over there, and they're not going to be warm enough to survive the coldest weather. If we look at their temperature now, it's livable with the heater on. So then it'll get chilly on the 37th and cold on the 39th, which will be too much, and very cold, you know. So they're going to eventually need to be... And what I want to do is build a couple more over here in this this housing district. So I don't see any reason not to just do that now, because then I can have the steam hub heat them for now and turn the heater off. So that'll actually save me some coal. It's not just a thing to do. Now I'm only going to put one of them up right now, though, because of that thing. So how long is that going to last? That's going to be gone soon. Okay, let's watch that. And as soon as that comes down. So I'd like to be able to use these tomorrow. Whoop, I forgot a group of hunters. Shame on me. Didn't take them out. Cookhouses are finished. So there's just going to be this gradually remaking of the city to get it ready for the cold. And there we are. Okay, we'll turn that off. We'll yank you out of there. You dismantle that. And we can take down another infirmary. Up, and we are a little bit short on steel. Okay. Well, let's see what we can adjust over here. That's steel. That's wood. I don't want to lose any wood storage. We can lose some raw food storage and throw in a steel. And there's that. The sawmill is down. Up, and we have 3 homeless people now all of a sudden. And that's something it started doing that I don't really understand. Like, there'll be random jumps in the amount of homeless people. And it seems to be when a bunch of them come out of the infirmary, it's almost like they didn't account for them in terms of housing. So, but it doesn't always do it. Like, most of the people who come out of the infirmary and get healed, I don't need to provide another house for them because it's already being counted. So it's really weird. In any case, let's throw in that workshop. And then we're also going to need another house, and we need to make sure it's close enough, because sometimes I can accidentally get out of this heat zone. But that'll be enough. If I just run a street along here. Yeah, I think I want one just coming right through here. You know what? Why don't we just... Well, the thing is... I'm only going to build this part of it for now. Because I don't want people to be doing a bunch of building when I get to the end of the day, and that's only 2 hours away. Let's just throw that little bit in. We'll get this other part set up later. See, now it just bumps up another one, and nobody came out of the infirmary. So somebody just decided to be homeless that wasn't homeless before. And that just doesn't make any... Because there's not new people. It's still the same number of people. It doesn't make any sense to me, at least. But it's what's going on. So now we're up to 8. I mean, what is going on here? It drives me nuts that that's not a stable number that I can count on.
Today's
Okay.
labor is done. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, so we have the street done and we're in position. I'm just going to pause the building of that house, and I'm going to need to add more and everything, but it is time to go hunting once more. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention real quick before we get going, I've got everybody in hunting. Of course, the 3 super efficient infirmaries still active, actually 4, which, yeah, there it is. Okay. But you can see all the empty spots here. The whole, manipulating labor thing is taking long time now. I mean, I've literally got to build like 30 of these things, and I'm, in some cases, almost running out of room. Finding inventive places to squeeze them in. So, yeah, that's getting rather complex. Of course, I'm doing that all off screen, which only makes sense. It's not exciting to watch, but definitely that's continuing to increase and how long and convoluted that gets. And it's easy to forget one of the hunters with all these dozen of them scattered all over the place. I have to double check them or I forget them. So it's just the whole making sure everything's in place thing just taking longer and being easier and easier to forget things as we proceed through the more complicated later stages of the game. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Well, we want to get that house built. That much we know. And we're probably going to want more, but we're at least going to want that one. And I can see that we're probably going to want more storage. This is our, again, it's going to get colder in the morning, so anything I sort of want to build, I probably want to build it now. There's something else I want to do as well. Now, I can operate the coal mines with people right now, but I won't be able to tomorrow when the temperature drops. And we're going to build some steam coal mines, but we're not going to be able to do it yet. So, what I want to do is get a field kitchen up over here. And I just sort of want to have it to where, like, it's as close as to these as it can be. Because if I have it right there, it'll cover these two, and this one covers those. So this isn't perfect. I'd have to run them both to keep everything running, but it is what it is. If I had that one on, whatever. So I'm gonna try to get a street up here, just a bit of one. That'll work. Okay, so a field kitchen here, and then I can upgrade these two once I get the research and turn that off for the moment, but that'll keep these running. And it will also simultaneously help these work shops as well. And then I just want to keep building back here. I want to keep expanding our depot area. And of course, partly this just uses up the resources, so we lower it back down. But the main reason for it is just to get the, storage capacity up. Nope, that's not right. I shifted it from where I wanted it to be. Let's try that again. Yeah, right there. Another one right there, and then I just want to move this over. Oh, that's not going to be spaced right, is it? Yeah, start with the street as a guide. That might be better. Might as well try to make it right up against that street. And come all the way over like that. And then I want to get a street going here. From here all the way over. So that'll be another half dozen depots, boosting our storage however amount, and gets us down to about 300 wood. I really don't want to go much lower than that. So that'll work very nicely for us. Right now I've got the automatons in with the coal. We've got all our scouts moving along. Transports coming in. You can see, by the way, that this one is still coming in from yesterday. So let's see how this works. And I never built the street over here for this other workshop. I never did that. Let's take care of that issue right now. Yeah, let's just pull that all the way through. Huh, that's weird. It like there it is. Okay. And now everybody has a house again. At least for now. We can drop down one more infirmary. Now mainly I'm waiting for the workers to get out to this area. Can speed this up a bit, I believe. Yeah, less than an hour. Let's just see how that goes. And there we go, we've reached the deep hollow now. Oh, we're definitely in range for another infirmary to drop out. And there are survivors at the deep hollow. The terrain drops suddenly here into a deep hollow. There are wounded people and dead bodies at its rocky bottom. A long way down. These people must have fallen into this hole while escaping the incoming storm. At least half of them didn't survive the crash, but it seems we could rescue the wounded. That is, if we strap them to our sleds and bring them to our city quickly. Camp Compass discovered. We can leave them to die or bring them to our city, and we're going to bring them, obviously. And that's 19 people. So we're going to need at least 2 more houses. But let's err on the safe side and do 3, shall we? Because if we do 2 more houses, like we had... like there was something like 2 extra. Like there was 8 homeless, so we built 1 for 10. So that gives us 2 extra. We build 2 more houses, we're going to have room for 3 extra people. That's just, it's a little too close. So let's add on another one beyond that. I'm going to need to put 2 here. And then in order to do any more, I'm just going to need to start up into this area. But of course, we don't care about that really. So we're just going to... I just want to get it like as close as I can over here without... Yep. So that way, like I can fill in over here more if I need to. And let's get a street that will connect those 2 up. There we go. So that should make everybody happy in theory. Of course, I don't know if I have enough child shelters and whatnot, but we'll wait on that. The building continues as these come in, and I want to, again, just make this the food rations area over here. And then ease off, like if we need more for other things. Camp Meteor has arrived. If we need more room for other things, then I just want to take some of the food rations off that side and shift it over. Okay, this camp is built around a large hole in the ice. It might be the impact crater of a meteorite. There's a block and tackle attached to the top of the steel framework, built over a hole. Fallen star. We searched the remains of the camp. This must have been some scientific operation dedicated to the research of whatever punched this hole in the ice. Now the place is deserted and there's nothing of value to be found here. Carry on, there's nothing to do. Okay, so we've got this group going back 8 hours plus. They've got to take the survivors. They can't do anything else. Now, these have all frozen over, including the fishing village, but it looks like we're going to just make the jagged rocks. We've reached Camp Meteor, and there's nothing else out this way. So, I want to get to the Camp Compass next, but the other, I want to bring these people here. Now, if I go straight there, it's 14 hours. It'll only take them 4 hours to get here, and it probably not as much as 10 for that little bit. So I want to use that jog thing, which really should have been, again, evident to me before it was. But regardless, we've gotten to Camp Meteor. I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything else out this way. So I want to get to Camp Compass as soon as possible. And we're rescuing this last group of survivors. So all that's excellent. But we've only got a few minutes left until we hit the jagged rocks, which we didn't make it to. I didn't make it to on my first try. There we go. Jagged rocks. So my first time seeing what this is. The surface looks like it's been fractured by the shock of an underground explosion. It looks like there may have been an underground base here. That's interesting. Danger in the deep. Ruins of the underground base reek of sulfur. It must have been a warm and sheltered place, but exploring its depths is now dangerous. Exploring the ruins, we found a briefcase signed by Nansen. It seems to contain some interesting blueprints. Ah, so we can acquire some technology here. Well, that's interesting. Honestly, I thought it was just going to be a waypoint, a landmark in the terrain. So, but again, there's nothing else there, and we've got house insulation. Well, that's one I was going to research later. That's going to be fantastic. However, I don't know what's out beyond this. So I want you to basically do the same dealing. You head to the snow burrows, and then from there move on. I want to see what's out there that we can get. And yeah, the strategizing for where you send people out here, I mean, if I'd have been doing this intermediate, save time by going to places you've already been type of thing, the whole time, I think I could have gotten away with 2 scouts. I just needed to do it smarter. So that's kind of an interesting little thing, but let's get our building finished up here before it's time for everybody to go to sleep. We've only got a few hours on these journeys. And we're going to hit the overnight. And one other thing I didn't do, I'm not sure why. Let's dismantle these because we're going to be using those workshops, starting tomorrow. So let's grab whatever resources we can. If they don't finish it tonight, they can finish it in the morning between 5 and 8. I'm not too particularly worried there. Okay. Knock food rations into that one. And we've got a bit of time here. Just watching the sick numbers there. They're moving up and down, and okay, there we go. Now we're up over 20. It's time to get back into it. And less than an hour anyway on this group. We've got 3 infirmaries. Go and head off to them. Stop blinking at me and having a fit. Okay, there's 30. Let's open up a 4th. And there we are. Okay, we've reached the snow burrows. That's right. So I just want you to keep on to Camp Compass. Yeah, 9 hours. So 4 plus 9 is 13. So they're actually not that, you know, a round route doesn't save me much, but it's going to save me like an hour and a half, 2.5 hours, somewhere in there. It's still going to save time, just not a huge amount. Yep, and there we are, up over 30 ill. And I think we are pretty well set up here. The coal, you know, seems to be gradually gaining, not as much as I'd hope. But, you know, food up to 2,300, so we're at almost 2/3 of our amount that we're going to need. And we've gotten a solid amount of steel and wood to balance with saving and getting our build up. We've got lots of storage space now. Pretty happy with how things are going. Now, the Winter Home group has not sent out a new transport yet. And that's kind of interesting. I'm going to hope they do that soon. And we get more food in. But of course, I did make that late the previous night. Anyway, that is day 36 in the books. It's going to get cold tomorrow, but that'll have to come next time. Until then, thanks for watching.